In this video, I'm going to be demoing and giving you my first impressions on the all-new Ibis OSO. Ibis released the OSO back in October, so this bike has been out for just over a month now. I was so glad to get my hands on one of these and try it for a couple of hours. One thing I noticed right off the bat was the power. Throw this baby into turbo mode and you're going to be flying. This bike uses a Bosch Performance Line CX motor paired with a 750 watt-hour Bosch battery, which gives you a lot of power. Like, the stuff I'm climbing here is so rocky, and I would not even imagine doing it on my Bronson. But this thing takes it like a champ. That extra power is so nice for this type of riding. And one thing I also did notice is the range is pretty good. As you can see in the video, I climbed this stuff for about 2 hours with about 77% when I started. And I got back with 20%. This was including even towing somebody up parts of the climb. For me, the battery was pretty impressive given the power of the e-bike. Now let's talk downhill performance. With the added weight of the motor and battery, it kept it super planted. It felt like a monster truck. Just being able to smash through rocks was quite nice. It also felt really good on the small bumps. Later, I was talking to the guy at Ibis, and he was saying that it's not just the shock that has a custom tune for the bike, it was also the fork. When I say custom tune, I don't mean adjustment, I mean internally, like in the damper. And this is pretty uncommon for shocks. They're mostly just tuned for the rear shock, not the fork as well. He was also saying they ordered an X2 without the rebound just to prove a point on how poppy this bike is. And I guess I'll talk about that now. This bike felt so playful and lively, I didn't even notice the 50 pounds that this bike even weighs. Okay, that was kind of an overstatement, but I think you guys know what I mean. Something else I wanted to cover was the way that the motor came on. If you've ridden maybe a Specialized or other e-bikes, you might have noticed that the motor just suddenly turns on. Which is fine in some cases, but if you're trying to wheelie or sprint, it's kinda unnatural. But the OSO, the Bosch system, is programmed to ease into it versus just come on and off like other e-bike systems. The only mode that has some kind of jerk is the turbo mode. All the other modes below the turbo mode ease into the power. And there you guys have it. There's my first impressions on the new Ibis OSO. If you would like to look at the specs of this bike, I have a link in the description to Ibis's website. If you guys thought this video was useful or at least entertaining, please smash that like button, and if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. And remember guys, full send or no send.